everybody. I'm Hillary Atkin from the Atkin Report in Los Angeles, and I'm so excited to welcome Lila Forde from The Voice to this edition of Hillary's Happy Hour. Lila, thanks for being here. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Hillary. Thank you so much for having me.
I am so happy to have you, and I loved your blind audition of Blind Faith Can't Find My Way Home, and so did all the coaches who all quickly turned for you. The look on your face, Lila, of excitement during that performance was priceless. But what were you thinking as you saw their reactions?
Oh my goodness. It was wild because, there's a whole day, you're on set, you're waiting to go. They don't tell you when you're gonna go, so you're kind of just like sitting there steeping in your nerves. And right before I went on, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna have a second to settle into the song and I'm just gonna do it. So what they don't tell you is that you're going to have another surge of adrenaline when somebody turns around for you, because in that moment you realize you've just made it on the show. So I thought I was going to have a little bit more time to kind of like settle into it, just get used to playing the piano, singing the song. But within however, like what, 10 seconds or something, Gwen turns around. So I was like, whoa. And then John turns around and then everybody else turns around and all of a sudden I'm performing for them face on. So all I was thinking was just like, keep playing the song, keep singing the song, do not stop, don't freak out, just keep doing the thing. And I'm really proud of myself. And actually, I looked a lot more composed than I felt, which is so funny. So I feel like I'm proud of myself for that. But there were so many, I was definitely like shaking up there, so many thoughts, so many feelings, mostly just like extreme excitement.
I think Gwen turned around in like 2 seconds after you got the first three or four words of Can't Find My Way Home. What a unique song choice. Blind Faith, dating back to 1969. What is your connection with the song? And tell me why you chose it.
So I love this song so much. I'm very much kind of an old school girl. I'm an old soul. I love all that music from the 60s, 70s. That's like the Laurel Canyon sort of folksy rock and roll kind of stuff. So, and this song, I fell in love with it really actually from a different version, not the Blind Faith version. This lady named Ellen McIlwain, who not a lot of people know her, but she's a singer from the 70s and she has a cover version of Can't Find My Way Home. And I remember where I was the moment I heard that song for the first time, and it stopped me in my tracks. I think I was driving home in LA from a gig and Spotify just spat it at me, the algorithm, whatever it was. And I it was late at night and I parked the car outside my house and I sat in my car and listened to the song over and over and over again. I was like in a trance from this song. And I was like, this is the song I want to sing. And I knew when they asked me to send in a couple songs that I wanted to sing, I put that really high up on the list, not really expecting them to allow me to sing it because it's not super well known among younger generations.
Right.
But I was so grateful that they let me sing that song because I feel like I'm very connected to it and it's a it's a representation of what I want to be and the artist that I want to be. And I felt really, really grateful to be able to sing a song that I feel so deeply connected to, and have it be my first impression, my introduction to the world, essentially.
Well, it really stood out, and the coaches gave you amazing compliments with Niall comparing you to Joni Mitchell and Gwen getting up without her shoes on, saying you were her dream girl on The Voice. So, how did you make your decision on which person to go with as your coach?
Wow, it was so hard. It was so hard. I think if I chosen any of those coaches, I would have been fine. Just like Niall said in the blind audition, you're in safe hands no matter where you go. So it was such a challenging decision because I knew if I went with Gwen, she was probably going to work on my performance, my sort of like presentation. Niall was going to take me in more of a softer singer-songwriter way. And Reba even would have I mean, there's definitely some notes of country, old school country in my voice and my style. So I probably would have leaned more into that had I been on Reba's team. But John said something that really stuck out to me. He said, I could tell it was you playing the piano before I turned around. John is a pianist as well, and a real true musician and songwriter. So I feel like I resonate with him the most, and he's the artist that I want to most be like in my career. So when he said that, I was like, that's the one.
And your mom is a pianist too, as you pointed out. So, and your parents looked so excited as a viewer. That was so much fun to see their reactions. But let's switch it back to the amazing John Legend. And what are you most looking forward to as you continue your voice journey with him?
I'm really looking forward to see. So I was playing the piano, but I'm also really looking forward to not playing the piano because I feel oftentimes I can hide behind the piano. And if you're playing an instrument, it kind of, you don't have to perform as much. So I'm really looking forward to working on that with John and seeing what songs he chooses for me because he's such a legend, no pun intended, but he's been in the business for so many years. And I feel like he really sees me for what I am and who I want to be. So I'm excited to see what songs he chooses for me and how we can kind of dissect them together, work on them together. And yeah, I think it's going to be a really great experience.
Well, John has already billed himself as the king of the voice, and he is the king of the four chair turns this season. You are one of them. Congratulations. But what has the team camaraderie been like so far?
The team camaraderie is so good. It actually makes it kind of hard because we're competing against our teammates essentially. You know, it's like, oh, we're teammates, but in the battles, I'm going to be battling one of those people. So, but it's such good vibes, incredibly supportive, incredibly uplifting. There's so many talented people on John Legend's team. So I feel really honored to be in their company. You know what I mean? And I feel like we all lift each other up, which is really, I don't know. They told me at the beginning of this experience, like, you're going to make lifelong friends here. And I was like, yeah, whatever, maybe. And I have made friends that I truly believe I will be friends with for the rest of my life. Some of those people are on Team Legend. So I feel grateful to be on that team amongst such heavy hitters.
I am so excited to see what you do next. And I want to thank you so much, Lila, for taking time out to be with me on Hillary's Happy Hour.
Yay! Thank you so much for having me, Hillary.
I want to wrap up with a toast to you and your continued success on The Voice.
Yay! Cheers!
Cheers to you.
Thanks, Hillary.